Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Shout out to all. Welcome to my live stream discussion for today. Our topic about what is monkeypox, and we will discuss this with my co-speaker, Dr. Akram Al Shair, our internal medicine consultant. I will do the first one who will discuss to you, and then after discussion, it should be followed by Q&A. Let's start. What are the are additional today? First, I would like to thank first Mr. Lawrence Agustin Cortez for sharing us and helping me out for this PowerPoint presentation in behalf of our infection control team. Thank you very much. And happy birthday, my dear. Let's start. Yes, I would like to share my PowerPoint to all of you guys. The infection prevention and control. Because I was standing here, that's why. Okay, let's start. The human are taught to contract monkeypox by respiratory droplets and contact with contaminated objects. The healthcare provider should follow what you should follow. The quote standard precautions and empirical precautions while handling suspected or proven infection. I'm sharing the screen. I will check in the monitor. Yes, this is it. Sorry guys for the interruption because I'm the editor at the same time. Okay, let's start. This is it. The infection prevention and control, ha? Monkeypox virus. Now you see it because I see it on the monitor. Yes. Okay. It's the one I told. Healthcare provider should follow the standard precautions and empirical precautions. Empirical precautions, uh, it's different from empirical treatment. Okay. Empirical precautions for monkeypox is handling a suspected or proven infection. Virus transmissions via respiratory droplets. Okay. The early recognitions and source control. Healthcare workers should be aware of the signs and symptoms of monkeypox and are encouraged to apply them to hospital visitors for early detections and isolations. Use of signage to remind healthcare workers of the signs and symptoms. This is now mandatory to our facility. And I already did the signage. It was announced since May on, on the group of my infection control. Then I shared it to my bulletin board here in our facility. The case definition, the sign and symptoms, and then the brief description, pictures. To continue, whenever possible, patients identified suspected monkey cases should be placed in separate area from other areas of care. Next, application of standard precaution for all patients. I will discuss this first. Then, when my co-speaker, Dr. will come, he will be the next one. Application of standard precaution for all patients. Strict adherence to standard precautions should be followed whenever handling patients. These include proper hand hygiene, use of PPE, incorrect sequence. Means this is your application of your what? Your donning in doping, which I provided you, most especially in your isolation area, your precautionary signage poster available it. The gown, the mask, the goggles, if glasses are expected, and gloves. The sharp safety, the safety technique in the environmental cleaning disinfection. Patient placement. This is important. All cases should be placed in a single negative pressure room whenever possible. If the capacity does not allow it, the case should be placed in a single room with the use of portable HEPA filter. We have HEPA filter available in the respiratory clinic. And then in our isolation, our available is the uh, negative pressure, of course. And this is mandatory for each isolation. And I know every facility will have this. Okay. When the rapid influx cases, cohorting of cases in the same room should be considered when proper signage placed indicating care of cases. Cohorting. Okay, by the way, we do the cohorting cases when we are the pandemic days. Cohorting means the type of microorganism with the same pathogens must be in the same room as long as you follow the distancing. Two, beds can be, but you should provide your distancing meters for each. Again, cohorting means same pathogens, same microorganism. Example, TB. Example, your cases for Okay, I'm going. I will. I will come. Sorry, because I was there is someone interrupt me there on the window and place physical separation from between the beds. I become annoyed. Anyway, please allow and any visitors or caregivers to avoid performing aerosol generating procedure. Sorry for that. Anyway, the PPE equipments. I will come back for this. I will explain to you again. The disposable gown. Hi, doctor. I am now live in the YouTube. Just sit down, just this and the Googles. Yeah, they will come and just sit down, and then I'm now starting, and I'm just take your attendance, doctor. High efficiency particulate respirator. The fit checked sealed mask. This is whenever handling cases. If the mask does not match the size, the care provider PUP can be used. This PUP now mentioned by the ministry, and we will provide this. Just sit down. Yeah, can be used. Google and eye protection. Whenever splashes are expected, use Google and eye protection to minimize the risk of exposure. Next, gloves. Use gloves whenever in contact with the patient. Examining in contact with the patient surroundings. Anyway, doctor, even they are become late, they can just click the link. What I ever discussed, they can browse again because we need time to start. Transportation of suspected and confirmed monkey patients. Patients' movement should be restricted as much as possible, unless indicated. Use portable machines such as portable X-ray machines. Yes, this is mandatory. Whenever investigations are required, if not available, transport the patient in a designated pathway to avoid crowded areas. No, bring the microphone to your mouth. Yes, but it's loud. Okay. Sorry, those those who are transferring the patient, you can watch this also in the live, but no, it's okay. Okay, no, it's okay. Those are transferring the patient should adhere the isolation precaution and wear proper PPE, as well as placing the isolation transportation signage. And this is available for all each unit. What do you mean by PPEs? This is person. I will discuss first, doctor, and then you will ask question. Okay? Yes. PPE means I already mentioned on the head. Personal protective equipment, as well as placing an isolation transportation signage and ask the patient to wear what? Surgical mask. Covering any of the patient's exposed skin lesions with a sheet or gown. Environmental cleaning and disinfection. This is important in the part of our housekeeping. Ordinates and workers responsible for cleaning, disinfection should wear appropriate personal PPE, personal protective equipment when cleaning rooms housing the patients. Inpatient rooms should be cleaned and disinfected at least daily at the time of patient's transfer or discharge. When the patient discharged, it's mandatory to apply our terminal cleaning procedure. The terminal cleaning procedure. Next, cleaning and disinfections of the environmental surface should be done with approved MOH disinfectant. The available disinfectant we have is our plasticet with contact time of 15 minutes. And it's still available, especially we have in our isolation. Next, care should be taken when handling use patient care equipment in a manner that prevents contamination. Care should be taken when handling the patient care equipment. Example, you have equipment for patient, you will use the ECG machine like that. And then ensure that used reusable equipment has been cleaned and reprocessed appropriately. Example, your facial you use, and then after that you will disinfect by using what? Manchu, alcohol and mistake. The alcohol spray. It can. Then let it dry. Then put in a paper box sealed.
Can you repeat this?
Yes, doctor, pardon.
Can you repeat this? How you put it in this box?
Okay, doctor. I said if my example is face shield. If you use the face shield after you use
Okay,
the patient.
patient.
Okay.
No, I thought about
Okay,
this
okay,
the
okay.
swab. So
Okay. Cutting out. Maybe Dr. Akram come. When Dr. Akram come, I will stop and he will be the one. But not yet, not yet. Maybe she had a patient. He had.
wait for it to give us a list. You will see why the others didn't come.
Okay,
Why they
not
are
yet.
somewhere here. Or they
I
are
said, Doctor, they can click the link and then even they are stairs, they can attend and they can follow. It's still ongoing because Dr. Akram only 10 minutes maybe he will come because he had busy in the patient. So yeah, he knows that. And I prepared already the slides of Dr. Akram. He will be. Okay. About shaking and rigorous handling of lenience to prevent the spread of infectious materials. Oh, see. This is the last. Prepare the annual report. The physician will go over the monthly and the yearly reports prior to transferring them to gather levels. Every quarter, the doctor and nurse will make examinations of the reports and creation of the next steps plans quarter. This is my slides. Next will be Dr. Akram. But while we are waiting, I will continue to provide you the slides of the new form. Also, I will see if I can share to the screen. I didn't prepare. Yes, I'll share it. I'm waiting. First. This signage was post as I think 3 days, and then it will give to other department to each department. Yes.
Yung OR, naghahanap sila ng gown tsaka ano. Sorry.
Ah, ano
Tsaka
po? Samir.
drapes.
Samir.
Open
Call
lang
Samir.
yung
Yes, just call Samir. Then, Samir is about monkeypox infections. This is the brief discussion. Manju, I will give this to you. I will laminate and then I will give you one copy. Just put into your bulletin board. The monkeypox infection is a rare disease caused by infection with monkey virus. And this virus considered family of smallpox virus. The first transmission of monkeypox virus to humans was recorded in 1970 through some wild animals and rodents. And since that time, small foci have been recorded periodically were the disease endemic in a limited number of some African countries. The ways of infections spread. It is transmitted from infected animals to a human through direct contact with blood or mucous secretion. The infection may be transmitted from infected person who has symptoms for a healthy person upon contact with the skin or contact with the skins, contact with blister secretions directly or indirectly, or exposure to respiratory droplets. And this is the symptoms. So now we will have this one too. The system, sorry, symptoms. I will give you this, I will laminate, I will give you the symptom. And then if you have survey come, just give this because they ask, even Hassan Albardi the last 3 days, he come in my office and what do you do now? But then I said I have already and we have prepared for the lecture. And yes, that's why. And said we have already. But that time when he come, I'm doing my memo, so it's okay. And the last two survey, you remember the two lady. Now the report came. I will show you the score. But we are not, so it's okay. Because this is surprise visit. They message me tonight, they come following day. And they post our facility, Alatul, Dinachen. We are the second. The first is all the tertiary hospital, but we are number three. So, but before we are all always the last one. So I was this I thought it will be again last time, but now different. Jump to the number three. Yeah, but it's okay. The score is it's okay. We will but there is additional like this blah blah. But we need they asking new equipment. I said we are only private hospitals, so we will see if the mudir agree, if the CA agree, the admin, it's okay. We will buy that. The new hood, paper hood part that you asked, we don't have. We have only for fit test quality, the one we do it before since 2017. And I show it to him. I show it to the two lady. Kay Dr. Gana. And already did the two action plan because it consider as two visit. One for CSSD and one for respiratory. The new program that they have today. Okay. Yeah, symptoms. Sorry, because back pain, swollen lymph nodes, aras appears, high temperature, muscle pain, feeling tired, and headache. And then to reduce the spread of infection, avoid contact with infected people. This is important. To reduce the spread of infection, avoid contact with infected people. Hygiene, avoid contact with infected animals. Wear gloves and masks while caring the patients and hand hygiene. Now, since they are uh, Dr. Akram, maybe she had still patient, uh, you'll be the one to be discuss this topic. I already prepared here, but for now, if 5 to 10 minutes he did not come, I will show you the investigation. I will continue, but
But you can go on the wireless system,
because I'm, it's okay. Because they will ask this when Mr. Hassan Albarti come, maybe he will ask this. That's why. But anyway, I will check the other I have here. This is the PowerPoint presentation of Dr. Akram. So, I will just show the guidelines, the story, the vaccinations, the causative agent and natural host, modes of transmissions, and sign and symptoms, surveillance definition, and human cases monkeypox, and then treatment. Q&A will be us.
This is your picture.
Yeah, doctor. Just sign and then Dr. Akram, if we come, we will wait. But I need to, he will present this on the board. Wait.
No more tea?
This is for doctor.
Sorry, no? No more tea?
Oh, Dr. Hitam told she will give. Oh,
Must be tea.
yeah, he told me yesterday. He will go. He told me. That's why I prepared na the. It's okay, doctor.
I leave خلاص.
Okay.
Can I leave now?
Why you leave? Why you leave? You attend the
You
class.
wait for Dr. Akram. You just wait because he will come.
I'm going to Dr. Sharif. I'm waiting
Okay,
for
okay,
Dr.
okay, okay. No problem. It's okay.
I can also go. Why did you go?
Yes. Now I need to. Yeah. The presentation is not over. But Dr. Akram, I will give you 5 minutes because I'm live. Anyway, I will discuss without camera this one. Maybe they will wait to. Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Sorry. Okay. I already discussed this. I have sweating now. Yeah. This one, Manchu, I give to Teresa. Wait. Oh, what happened to this? Oh. The investigation form, the immediate notifiable form. Manchu, this form already in the box file. I give this to Teresa the last other day. Yeah, even when Mr. Hassan Albardi asked you regarding of this file, you just show it to him because he asked what is your and yesterday,
Where is the form? You have separate form?
yeah, it's there. I already signatory. I give to Teresa the copy.
Form.
Huh?
Score.
I score. Ibigay.
Separate triage. You know?
Yes, yes.
Because Hassan showed me also that score they will give you. I don't know.
No, I will give the investigation form. It's already so in the file.
You just informed your colleagues because of the triage. No one come.
Who is now
Awad.
scheduled?
Today morning Awad.
And then?
Evening Suleiman. But
Suleiman not come for duty today.
Awad absent also today.
Awad is evening.
No,
Ano?
Awad, they are changing the schedule. Morning and evening. One week.
Okay, we will request that another shift of Mr. Jose. How many days they absent?
2 days now.
2 days now? Because yesterday I see it, he not come, sa? Maybe they file, but I don't know. Maybe file vacation to Abdullah. I will ask Abdullah first. Then if not, that's
come in the morning shift.
yeah. But you told it's absent. So I will check this schedule to Abdullah, and then I will ask him or call. Yesterday they called me. They said they have suspect.
Evening.
Yeah, they said, oh, Irene, come to ER. There is suspect for monkey. And so I just follow the from the guidelines because the one sign symptoms you will see is the rashes. Is there any rashes? And then Nasser, the manager, I told if it will enter in the Hassan, I need first to inform them regarding because they will give them another password for it. Rapid test is different. This one monkeypox, not yet. We don't have yet password. That's why we will collect it first, the notification form, and then they will. Before you the entry data, before you entry the patient data in the Hassan, it must be have approval password like rapid test. I did first for approval. That's why we have rapid test affiliated to us. But before we don't have, we use PCR. Now we don't have this. We use the rapid test. Okay. I cannot open this, but this is the one. I will show you on my first one. Yeah.
Any sponsor for this?
Dr. Haytham, he told yesterday to
Sponsor?
me.
His sponsor?
Yeah. Last uh he told to me last night he will provide for you something. I don't know where. And I think Dr. Akram is busy. If not, maybe he can do another time for it. Yeah.
Who is the sponsor?
Yeah, the sponsor is Dr. Haytham.
If there is a sponsor, I will stay. You don't want me to stay.
The sponsor is still
Stay must be stay.
If there is a sponsor for this, I will stay. No sponsor.
the sponsor.
Only they give us a kitchen tea. But Mr. Vice Sponsor. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yes.
We are only three staff on the
I
phone.
did an open buffet in my home.
It's something I know, not this. It cannot open. I think there's problem on the no signal.
Go up. Go down. No, go up, go down.
I prefer this.
Yes, that's floor. Jake. Gabi, magnet. Gabi.
June. Hindi ma-read ang aking USB. Ha? It's something. Hindi siya ma-read dito. Oh, nandito yung Monkeypox sample collection. See. Sorry, doctor. There is problem on our system. Even my USB cannot read. Even I open now. It's the form all I prepared. It was working in the morning. I check it first. Around 9 to 10 a.m. I'm here. And why now? Only this is coming out. I don't know why.
Restart. Start.
Doctor, no
Very
time.
first
It's
restart, then
alas.
call Khalifa.
No need. I asked Gadapar since the other day, and she said yesterday I was here since 7 p.m. because of this issue. And now I will ask again.
You-
It's a time
قول
because
قول غدار في الخليفة يعني ما
it's
تكمل.
okay. Thank you, doctor. It's in it. No, it's not working. God lah. You will repeat with Dr. Akram. Maybe he had a patient.
Dr. Akram is now praying.
No, he did not come. Anyway, how come? The it's 12:30. Now it's already what time? It's already one. And they will go. See? My USB is here. If it's corrupted, the guidelines, all the guidelines, the investigation, the notifiable, nabubulol ako. Ha? As long as maybe, this is important, monkeypox sample collection, how the sample will request, but not come out. The sample and then the lab must know this. That's why I invite Dr. But he go anyway. He go already, Dr. Hassan. I will not share this hands on one by one because cannot open. No. See, this is the sample. This class. No need. This is the one we need to have in the bulletin board that they post other 3 days ago. That one. We'll laminate and then put in the so,
Why? My friend also is
and thank you ladies for coming and yeah because Dr. Akram not come so he will have a schedule for it. He told me yes this morning. I come to him. You want
So she's coming from
Tomorrow, doctor, at 1 p.m., ha? Be here. I just put all your additional information today. Sorry guys, I was interrupted by some stuff. I will add some other informational regarding informational issues regarding monkeypox. And Dr. Akram Al-Shire came and he will repeat it by tomorrow. Don't him. Anyway, still I have time. I want to share this. I want to share these slides for you. Sample collections guide in monkeypox patients. This is from the Public Health Authority given to us. The methods of sample collections. There are different methods of sample collections depending on the stage of the disease. The best samples are those taken from the lesions. What's the method? The oropharyngeal swabs. They can be of beneficial in the early stage of the disease or the febrile stage, but negative results should be interpreted carefully. Lesion fluid and rope sample are considered the best methods during the formation of vesicular or pustular rust. The crust sample. Crust sample are considered the best method during the formation of crust. Okay. Methods or pharyngeal swabs, lesion fluid, and rope sample. And next is the last one is the crust sample. Okay, sure. See, several states, 1 to 4 days, vesicular or crust, 2 to 4 weeks. Now, proper PPE. This is our asked by our medical director. What is PPE? We have personal protective equipment. Adherence to proper personal protective equipment in addition to proper hand hygiene are necessary to protect healthcare workers assigned to collect the samples. We should start from gowns. Long sleeves gowns should be down to protect clothing from any splashes generated. Second, the N95 or R. We don't have yet available for this app. The APR of R should be used due to the possibility of urban transmissions of the virus. Goggles should be used to protect the eyes from any splashes that can be generated. Gloves should be donned when collecting the sample to prevent any contact with the patient's lesions. See, that's what I need. I'll check on my monitor. Okay, I see now. Okay. Important points. Always remember to label tubes or container properly with patient information prior to the collections of the sample. Discard generated washes. Use PPE and use alcohol pads as medical washes. What materials needed? Yes, dye, polyester, swab, of course, alcohol, pad, scalpel, or a screwed cup container. Oropharyngeal swab is the oropharyngeal swab. Step 1, perform hand hygiene and wear PPE, proper PPE. Step 2, what's the next step? Prepare your material, swab or dry swab. 3, swab the throat and place the swab inside the container. This is how will you do your oropharyngeal swab. Emissions, ropes, and fluid swab. Step 1, need from hand hygiene and your PPE. Same. Step 2, again, prepare your material, swab, screw cup, plastic tube. Emission ropes and fluids swab. 1. Step 3, sanitize the lesions. Step 4, remove the roof of the lesion. And then step 5, brush the base of the lesion vigorously. Lesion ropes and fluid swab. Place the swab inside the container. Next, step 7, put the roof of the lesion inside the O-ring container if needed for resting.